Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Mary Catherine, and this is my own little house. Well, this week I had more sewing machine troubles, and I'll be showing you about that and how my husband has come to the rescue again. But first, I've spent most of my time, my free time, my creative time outside this week because the weather has been absolutely glorious. And I don't consider myself much of a plant person, but I can't resist getting out my pots and stirring up the soil in the spring, especially in this kind of weather. So let's go outside first, and then I'll show you the sewing machine situation. It's the time of year to move my little greenhouse back to its summer location, and I've cleaned out a lot of the pots I had in here. Some of the stuff made it, and some of it didn't. I think these are the things that, well, now these may come back. I forget what they were. I'll know them when I see them. There's some more bulbs. So I'm going to clear it out and move it around and put it back in place. My little bay tree has survived, but only barely. Look at that. Just like last year, barely surviving. And the squirrels have done these holes. I guess they're looking for places to put their nuts or something. I don't know. But they've done that in so many of my potted plants. So I've put seashells around my plants to protect the soil. I think that these two were Gerber daisies, or Gerbera daisies. And I didn't know if they were going to come back. They were in the little greenhouse. But look at that. That looks like something. So I'm going to let them wait and see what comes up. I'm getting my pots ready. I don't know what for, but I'm getting them ready. This is one of the plants that did overwinter in a pot outside in a very cold winter. It's called, I think, Gaura, Gaura. Kind of an ugly name, but a beautiful plant with long, delicate wands and pink flowers. And here's the other one. Doesn't it look happy? Oh, it's called Creeping Wire Vine. I don't know what its official name is. And that overwintered. It was inside of my little greenhouse, but that didn't do much for it. Usually these things can be topiaried into shapes on a form. I like it when they just hang over. Isn't it pretty? Hey, I'm back in the barn. Let me show you the barn bay. I've been cleaning it out. Everything is out of here. Still a little bit of stuff up there, but the dogs can't reach that high. And I've got some push brooms. That one's a little bigger. That one's a little smaller and can fit inside of between these joists or whatever they're called. So the spidery stuff has looked like this. Now it's looking better. I wouldn't call it clean. It's hard to get in the corners, but it's mucho better. The ceiling was quite bad too, and some of it still is. Pretty nasty. But we're getting ready for the dogs to come. I would say maybe in the next couple of weeks, we're hoping. Folks have to come put up the fencing first, but the barn has made some amazing progress. Well, now about that sewing machine. I had trouble before and my husband fixed it and got all the schmuck out of it or whatever it was. But then I had a little piece that broke. And it's the piece that, the little twirly piece that's right before the needle, the threading of the needle. And it kept on coming off of there. And so I tried to tighten it up with some needle nose pliers and it just broke right off. So my husband has ordered a new one, and it's coming in the mail. But until then, he's given me his Singer 401A, which is his zigzag machine, and he loves it. And so I'm nervous that I'm going to break it too. It's very fancy, and it has this dial on the top with all the settings. And then I discovered on a YouTube video, if you flip up the top panel, it has all the instructions for all those settings. It's pretty cool. I need to get the tension right on it, but then I'll be able to sew a little bit this week, hopefully. So that was so sweet of him. And he also brought over 3 boxes full of stuff that go with this machine. Now, this is how my husband functions. He has all of the bobbins and all of the needles, and he's got just a whole box full of feet that go with this sewing machine that you can do all kinds of things with. And then there's another box, full of special attachments for special stitches or something. I basically like to have a bobbin and a needle. That's all that I need. So we're very different sewers. But hopefully I'll be back with my regular machine soon. All right. Well, let me give you a little update on the fabric bowl situation. And I guess it's a lesson not to let yourself get too enthusiastic about what looks like an easy sewing reel on Instagram. I'm not saying it's a fake reel at all. It just doesn't come together in 30 seconds like they make it look like. Okay, so this was the first one that I made, if you remember. And this is a heavier upholstery fabric, so I didn't use any lining on it or anything. It's just 2 layers. But it's teeny. You can see I can put 3 fingers in there. This is the next one, which is bigger, but shorter. So it's not as likely to fall over. I've got some little sewing clips in it, so that's a decent use for it. Same fabric. And then the next fabric I used was some scrap fabric I had. Very pretty. This is the one that I made every mistake you could possibly make when I did this one. I forgot the pattern. I chopped it up. I had to rip out seams over and over. I didn't realize I needed to put some fusible interfacing on it. I really should have put it on the whole thing. I just put it on half because I'd already begun to assemble it. So half of it, this half is stiff. See how nice and stiff that is? This half doesn't have it, so it's floppier. It's ridiculous. It does have a nice boxed pleated bottom. You can see that also on this side, but it's not real attached. It does fit into itself, but it's kind of poofy on the bottom, and it just is a little floppy looking. Okay, now fabric bowl number 4, which I haven't finished yet. Again, it's about the same size around, but it's much shorter. I'm just not really sure how I did that. I haven't sewn the top edge yet. I'm trying to decide if it's worth doing. I don't know. Again, the bottom is real poofy. I'm just not really satisfied with the finish on this. I feel like even though this was fully reinforced with fusible interfacing, and so it's got 2 thicknesses of fabric here and 2 thicknesses of interfacing, it still seems kind of floppy. Now that may be the effect of the pins, but I feel like in order to get the bottom to lie flat and the sides to stand up, I would have to sew through here to get the bottom to stay down. Because see, right now it's just open there, and it's also open here. I don't know. It feels like a half-baked job, and I really am much more satisfied with the ones that I made. It's probably been a couple of years ago, and I think if I wanted to make more fabric bowls, I would go back and do that. I will finish these off. I'll put them somewhere in the house and keep something in them, barrettes or I don't know what. I kind of wish this one would be like a bowl cozy. I've got bowl cozies, but I wish this one would be like that, but I don't know if it will. So that is the update on the fabric bowl extravaganza with Instagram that didn't turn out well. And so I will have some more creative stuff for you next week. Thanks for joining me today. Bye-bye.